Welcome back, guys. This is the Anime Degens BS Hour, episode 29. I'm here with my co-hosts, Dan and Tyler. Tyler, it's great to have you back, dog.
Hell yeah, it's good to be back.
Let's
it's
go.
Good to be back.
I'm hyped.
Especially for this bullshit hour. You know how much I love bullshit hours, bro.
You're a star, brother. You're a star.
I'm just gonna say it now because we didn't get to say it last episode. Minato.
Oh, did
Oh,
y'all
damn,
say
we should have done
Minato?
No, we didn't do our Minato reference. No.
Damn.
Yeah, we fumbled the bag.
I mean, we did make a lot of references to Shadow Clone Jutsus.
Okay. Well, it's
That's
a good thing
Minato
I got.
adjacent.
It's a good thing I got Minato in my bag because I can just like teleport back there real quick and just input it. Just say his name a few times.
Somebody get the edit ready.
I was just saying, it's just like the end of the podcast, music slowly fades away. It just goes Minato, 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 Minato.
Minato, a bad bitch. Y'all heard?
Yeah, guys, we have two more topics for you. We're going to start off with some fall shows that we're excited for, and then we're going to get into anime for Degens by the Degens. Really excited for both of these topics, but I would like to thank you guys for sending in the requests for topics and shows you want covered. We're here to get around to. We're going to try to get around to all of them, so please keep submitting them. We hear you.
How do they submit them, Bass?
Oh, Discord. Any comments on Twitter? We look at it all. Anywhere where you can comment or reach us.
There you go.
You can go watch all of our TikToks and put them all at the bottom of that.
We appreciate you, bro.
Hey man, we're throwing some fire out there. We're throwing some really memey, ignorant shit on the TikTok right now.
You're damn right we are.
Speaking of ignorant, you already see what I posted today. Damn, there's a trend going around.
I'll have to go check it out.
I need to go peep that. Yeah, I need to go peep that. I haven't looked on my phone today.
Well, awesome. Would you guys like to get into a little bit of news?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure, man. Let's do it.
Starting off, there are some very, very, very plausible potential rumors here that Demon Slayer will have a trilogy of movies instead of a next season. I'm just getting flashbacks to waiting on Attack on Titan for 7 months, and I'm afraid.
We have been hurt before, but I think Demon Slayer does a phenomenal job whenever they drop something like it's 45 minutes plus. So I'd be excited for it.
I'm just worried about 3 cliffhangers and having to wait like 6 months to see what else happens. I will go read the manga at that point.
What would you think would be like a reasonable time to release all 3 movies in?
So there's these really cool things called seasons where they release 30 to 60-minute shows. And I think that would be a great medium for them to use for this potential final season.
Oh, so it's not going to be final season, is it?
It's even worse if it's not the final season. Like, it's just weird.
They want that money. They see how much money they made from Mugen Train, bro. They if they put out a trilogy of movies about apparently, one of the best arcs, apparently, or so they say. So, I mean, how much money do they make off of that?
They make a good amount of money just showing 2 episodes from the last season and the first episode of the new season too, though. Like, I don't want to wait. I hate waiting.
True.
I heard that.
Well, I guess we'll get into our next bit of news. The Black Clover manga is getting moved from Shonen Jump, which has been on there for a while now, to Jump Giga. And what that means is, unlike Shonen Jump, where it's a monthly release, Jump Giga only releases at most 4 issues a year. So that means Black Clover is going to slow way, way, way down. Instead of being a monthly release, it's going to be probably like a quarterly release or 3 times a year release, is what I assume. So it's going to be tragic.
So you're telling me there's going to be less Black Clover in the world?
the Black Clover manga is good. But like you can't be talking about this shit, Bass. You haven't even made it past 50 episodes. Chill.
Bro, I tried so hard. I wanted to believe.
Well, so the way I'm looking at this is, so instead of getting a weekly drop, you're gonna get like a volume or two.
Well, it's not a weekly right now. It's a monthly.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get a volume.
Yeah. Well,
Which-
I don't know. I think it's slowing down to that. I think.
No, basically, what the author said is that they've been having a hard time drawing to the caliber they'd like to
Okay.
at the weekly release or the monthly release in Shonen Jump. So this was a move made by the author. It wasn't because Black Clover's bad. It was because the author was like, look, to have this move at the pace I want to be able to put the effort into it I want to make it look really good. I mean, Black Clover's got some mean fucking panels in it.
Yeah, I thought it was had something to do with maybe Black Clover coming to the end of the story, because I think it's probably getting close sometime or another.
Yeah, no, they came out and said that Tabitha came out and said that it was to basically release the manga on a better schedule for them. So
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
I
what
respect that, slowing it down to create better art. I fuck with that.
I respect it as long as Oda doesn't do it. So
Oda gets his little breaks. That's fine. That month break was awful. That was heartbreaking.
Also, I don't know how true it is, but I started seeing rumors on Twitter and another site today. I forget where it was. It's about what is it? Two episodes of One Piece going to get released at the same time, maybe an hour long or something like that for the finale of Wano.
Oh, that'd be tight.
Which I'm not. There's no credible sources yet, but yeah. So that'd be pretty awesome.
That'd be cool. I thought you're
super cool. Yeah.
I thought you were going to be talking about the live action where they're saying it is the best live action anime to ever be made.
I've seen that too.
Based on the initial releases to critics and things like that. So it'll be like a 5 out of 10 instead of like a 2 out of 10. So we have hope.
Improvement.
Damn. Okay.
Genre growth.
Speaking of live action, I think we have another one. Tyler, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Apparently, My Home Hero is getting a live action TV show. It's going to release in October 2024 in Japan. You can watch the anime if you don't know what we're talking about. It was okay, I guess. Yeah,
like I honestly think this would work really well as a live action. Nothing like crazy as far as powers or anything like that. Just like a semi-normal family.
It might be better as a live action.
It could actually be better. Yeah,
because the anime sucked.
It had its moments there for a minute, then it just like went off the rails so fast.
Like the first 4 episodes, yeah, we were all about it, and then it just slowly unraveled.
It slowly just went down the shitter.
Yep.
But I mean, what can we do? I mean, we started it. It looked good. It felt good, and then it was like, damn, what's happening here? Why is this doing this? What are they thinking?
If we weren't watching it on the rundown, I would have dropped it.
Oh yeah, I probably would have too. Honestly, I think we all give it like a 5 or 6.
It was a generous,
like a 5.5 or something like that.
It was a very generous 5.
It was mad mid. But for our next piece of news, the New York Film Festival will be doing a screening, which will actually be the U.S. premiere of Hayao Miyazaki's new film, The Boy and the Heron. So and then they're going to do an international premiere at the Tokyo International Film Festival on September 7th at the Roy Thompson Hall. If any of you guys live in Toronto or New York, should definitely go check that out. The 61st New York Film Festival, which is this year, will be from September 29th until October 15th. They haven't announced the date yet. And just so you guys know, this released in Japan back on July 14th, and it earned more than Spirited Away in its first 4 days at the box office and outsold The Wind Rises by over 50%. Okay. So that no marketing they did for this obviously worked, and it worked really, really well. That was a gamble and it paid off big time.
Hey man, that's a name that needs no introduction right there, you know?
None.
I mean, they maybe didn't market it, but the people marketed it for sure.
Oh yeah, we talked about it, during the news multiple times here. I think during a couple of our film reviews. I mean, he's
Yeah.
just a goat.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of movies, Crunchyroll is adding My Hero Academia 2 Heroes on Thursdays. So if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And also High Ground, which is a PC peripheral company. They make like keyboards and like mouse pads and all that stuff. Is doing a collab with DBZ. The collabs they have dropped so far have been straight heat. They did one with the Gundam Wing. They did one like Sonic. Like they've been killing it. So if you're looking for a nice little 60% keyboard, go check out High Ground's website and get on that drop release because they're going to sell out in 20 minutes.
But do they have Minato?
I believe based on my, if I'm really digging deep in the back of my brain right here, I don't think Minato was in Dragon Ball Z. I might be wrong though.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a no for me, dog.
Dude, can you imagine like a Vegeta versus Goku keyboard? That shit would go so hard.
Minato wins. Low diff.
Sure.
You're high.
Sure, okay.
I want whatever you're smoking, dude, because
He's smoking on that good, boy.
he's just over here like ripping freaking blunts of salvia.
Y'all should have seen Dan and Bass's face right now after I said that, even though I was serious.
His head cannon is wild. His head cannon is wild. Man doesn't even watch Dragon Ball Z.
Good God bless. Well, to our next piece of news, this is the last one for the day. Acclaimed anime art director Nizo Yamamoto passed away on Saturday, unfortunately. He was heavily involved in multiple Studio Ghibli films, including Princess Mononoke, and also contributed to the film we recently watched, Weathering with You. Very unfortunate news that we got, but may bro man rest in peace.
Pour a little out for the homie. He gave us a lot of incredibly beautiful anime to watch. So definitely, he's in very high regard in this, form of media. So definitely pour a little out for the homie.
Yep.
Time. Well, you guys ready to get the fun part?
Yeah, let's get the vibes back up.
All right, let's go.
So we are officially moved past the halfway point of the summer 23 anime season. Time is flying by. So the Degens are going to take a look ahead at what the fall season has to offer. Maybe we'll find some solid shows for the rundown to put with JJK, Ruroni Kenshin, One Piece, or maybe we'll just find some fun shows to watch on the side. I think we all found some pretty fun looking shows. So we'll have to see what you guys think.
Yeah. Didn't y'all think that the fall season looks a little meh right now?
Yeah, it's falling a little flat for me. I had to really dig deep in my bag to find these shows.
Did you say fall? Falling? Fall? Yeah.
Fell a little flat. It fell flat. Yeah.
Tess.
Well, the good thing is we do have Attack on Titan finale to look forward to, even though it's not a series. It's just probably a 2-hour movie or hour movie.
I would say an hour episode based on how many. There's 3 chapters left, so I would say about an hour.
So
once they drag that shit out,
it'd be wise not to. I think. Let's just go ahead and wrap this thing up, and I am very excited for it. Very anticipated.
Definitely, man. Yeah, reading the manga. I mean, I thought the ending was great. There was a lot of people who thought it was okay, but I don't think they'll rewrite it. So, hopefully it stays true to the manga.
We can only hope.
But awesome, Bass. You want to get us into your first show?
Sure. So one show that I am actually looking out for, I did not have to dig that deep in my bag for this one, because I really, really enjoy this show, is Dr. Stone. New World Part 2 is going to be coming out. It's got a late October release. We still don't have a date for it, which I'm a little sad about, but we'll make it. We'll make it.
So they thinking late October. That's a little bit late for fall, ain't it? Usually the things start like early October, late September, right?
Yeah, usually
Yeah,
it's the last weekend of September or the first week of October. So interesting.
yeah. So it should at least be one of the last 2 weeks of October, probably the last week. But New World Part One, which I thought was really good. I'm still working on finishing it, but it's mainly kind of focused on like further exploration of like the Doctor Stone world after the events of season 1 and season 2. And I was a little afraid of New World because our main plot line was gone after the conclusion of like the main battle, and I was wondering what they were going to do with the show. And I think they've gone in a great direction, adding a lot of new characters, new goals, creating more complex technologies like this show loves to do. And I found out through looking this up, Doctor Stone has actually been on Toonami, which I love. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
excited.
Nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed season 3 so far. Like Bass said, the direction they went was really cool because they like introduced a bigger baddie essentially.
Okay.
And
Exactly.
they introduced a lot of mystery to it, which is carrying the plot. Like from the start, you kind of got an idea of what the plot was going to be, and it was great for 2 seasons. But I feel like if they tried to drag out that plot for more than 2 seasons, it would have been a little rough. So I'm glad like they've expanded and gone to a bigger world. I mean, they built a fucking battleship. Like this shit's nuts.
Fucking dope. Yeah. And to your point, Dan, yeah, the war would have been would have fallen flat after a while. I mean, with everything that's happened in that anime leading up to the main plot, it's like you got to focus on more than like what they were. So it lasted a good amount of time. I just didn't know what they were going to do, and it's just been good to see. So super excited. New World
Did
Part 2 coming soon.
is Dan caught up all the way too? Okay.
Yeah. I finished. I was watching Doctor Stone weekly, so
Okay.
I'm patiently waiting.
I gotcha. If we do decide to do it on a rundown, you boys have to binge it. So
It's not hard. It's like what
Yeah,
30
it's
something
easy.
episodes right now.
So easy.
Yeah, it's not many. I think it's like
Yeah.
mid to the high 30s.
And I mean, the first 2 seasons were so easy to binge. I blew through those in like a week. Like it was awesome. So not a hard one to watch.
It leaves you wanting to like watch the next episode like immediately. I was so glad that the first season was already out when I started watching it. I think it was during COVID, and I was like, I can just sit here all day, pretend I'm working, and and get through the show. It was awesome. Shout out 2020.
Hell yeah. I guess if you're done, I'll get into mine, Bass.
Let's do it, man.
So the first one I'm going to talk about is a pretty anticipated show. It's Saso no Frieren, which means Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I'm not sure if I'm saying the first part right, the name right. It's like an elven name. So
Yeah, I think
weird.
it's frieren or something
You
like
think
that.
so? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. So
Or frieren. It's something like that. I don't know.
It is
Frieren, I think. Yeah.
Frieren.
regardless, it's gonna be released. I know. It's gonna be released September 29th. So around normal time. But what's crazy about this show? It's gonna have a 2-hour special premiere first episode. 2 hours.
Damn.
And Studio Madhouse is gonna be doing this. And y'all may know them from Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, One Punch Man, and just a shit ton of more quality shows. This is basically going to be a fantasy adventure shonen, and I know we've all seen the trailer or whatever, but basically after defeating the Demon King, the hero party returns home and disbands. Frieren, the elven mage, and 3 other heroes reminisce about their journey before parting ways. And as time passes, she witnesses her friends aging and passing away because, elves live a much longer life, slower. And a member of their hero party, Heiter, assigns his apprentice to her before he dies. And basically, the show is about them two just beginning a new journey to fulfill their friends' last wishes. And, with journeys, everything that can go wrong goes wrong at certain times. So it should be a pretty good show. Madhouse is doing it. It's pretty hyped up. The manga has won several awards. It's almost at a 9, I think, on Mal. So I'm kind of excited about it. So
Yeah, I remember watching this trailer a few months ago and getting excited for it. I mean, this is the perfect show for Tyler because he hates when shows end, and this is a journey continuing. Like
yeah,
this is all he wants. This is all he's ever wanted right here. He's like, no, I get to keep going.
yeah. I mean, I guess as long as she don't get killed, she's kind of immortal. Well, I don't guess immortal, but basically in our eyes, a human's eyes, elves are kind of immortal. So
Yeah, they live like 1,000 years plus, and
yeah,
I after watching the trailer, like I was kind of taken back by how sad it seemed like our MC's life is. It's like you go on this great journey, and to her comrades, it's like, oh, that was a 7 or 10 year journey, and she's like, wow, that was only 7 or 10 years, and you guys are gonna die soon. I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude, that's a
So it's an
drop in the
interesting
bucket.
perspective. You're right. That's like a yeah. It seemed really sad, but also hopeful, and the animation looked amazing in the trailer. Um, I'm at least gonna go check this out. Give it a few episodes.
yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about it. It's crazy. It's gonna have a 2-hour first episode. That means usually when shows do that, they usually come out with the heat. So we're gonna see.
Awesome. So for my first show, I have MF Ghost, and if you guys don't know, this is the successor to Initial D, which is probably the greatest car racing anime of all time. So we're getting some heat coming back. And with that, hopefully a fuck ton more Eurobeat music. If you guys haven't watched Initial D, it's got one of the most banging soundtracks you'll ever find in an anime. It's just like Swedish house music the entire time, and it's fucking epic.
I
That shit
just
goes
hope
hard though.
I just hope that Vin Diesel is in this show.
Nah. Nah, this is before the Fast and the Furious,
Oh
dude.
my god.
No, not Initial D. I'm talking about MF Ghost, baby.
They're not bringing
It's
Vin
being
Diesel.
made right now.
I swear to God, if I get to the last episode of this season and it's just the kid who's like the prodigy car racer just pulls up next to a Dodge Charger RT and Vin Diesel looks at him and goes, family.
I
I'm
will
gonna-
shit myself, bro.
I would
I
throw
would
my
actually called you.
I will throw my TV out a window.
It will be one of my top shows of the year if that happens.
That would be so funny. But yeah, so it's gonna be animated by Felix Film. It's based on the manga by Suichi Shigeno. Serialized since 2017. There's 17 volumes as of June 2023. I was looking at there's another car anime coming out this season called Overtake. And this just looks so much better. Like Overtake, it's like CGI cars, and it looks like shit. This is some young punk kid who like was trained by a legend from Initial D, and it's just beating Lamborghinis in a Toyota GT86. So I'm all about this. I love cars. I'm a big
fucking
car
sweet.
guy.
Yeah,
So-
I was not surprised at all that I saw like it was the successor to Initial D. I was like, this is right up Dan's alley.
Oh, dude, I haven't watched Initial D in years, but that show is so fucking good. Like races take like 5 episodes.
What? Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're saying that this show is coming out and another show, a car racing show is coming out. Is car racing making a return?
It's getting a lot more popular in the US, at least. I know like F1 is starting to have a lot of races here, and they're starting to get a lot more people into it. I mean, with like Red Bull and some of the other teams, but I don't know if that's why they're doing this or if it's just the right time. I mean, Overtake is about like F1 racing. This is more basically Japan has been, like the internal combustion engine is on its way out. Electric cars are taking over, and there's this underground street like racing community. And it's like all kids just watch on their phones and shit. They shut down like mountain highways and they just race. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I did like that little bit they added in the trailer talking about the upcoming and takeover of electric cars. A little bit of real life lore in there. Always love a little bit of that.
It's
But yeah,
coming.
I mean, even the music from just the trailer was bomb. So
I had a little deja vu, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the animation and stuff looked pretty decent too, honestly. Like you seen a car like drifting and shit, and it looked really nice. So
yeah, it was clean.
Definitely. Bass, you want to get us into your next one?
Yes, sir. Oh, so we got Pluto, guys, coming out on October 26th. This is Naoki Urasawa's work based on Astro Boy. So sci-fi anime goes crazy. If you guys don't know what Astro Boy is, it is also called Mighty Atom in Japan. It's a story about Dr. Tezuka, whose son is killed in a car accident, and he creates a superpowered robot as a substitute. From the trailer, it looked like he was the doctor this time is trying to figure out who killed someone, maybe his son. And I thought it just looked phenomenal. I remember watching Astro Boy. I mean, just not very intently when I was young, like the old school one. I think from the 80s, I think it is.
60s?
I think the 60s, yes. Grandma used to have it on in her place for me to watch. She thought it was cool, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I'm excited for Pluto to come out. It kind of uses a combination of like hand-drawn backgrounds with cel-shaded characters and like some CGI elements. It
okay.
looked well blended to me, but you always got to be careful with CGI. It can look bad very, very easily. But I thought the trailer looked phenomenal. And it's going to be broken up into 8 60-minute episodes on Netflix. And I believe that's going to be the entire story. I don't think there's going to be a season 2. It's just going to tell the entire 8-volume story in one shot. So I'm excited about that because Netflix likes to cancel shows, as y'all have heard me say over and over and over, because that's what they do. But we should get the full thing here.
Yeah, and I mean the last show that Netflix did in a one season shot was Cyberpunk. So like that was gas. It's like a solid 9 out of 10. So I've got hope for this. I mean, if you don't know who Astro Boy is, like you probably don't pay much attention to anime outside of like the big 3 or anything that's releasing recently, because Astro Boy is probably the most famous anime character in Japan. He's up there with Totoro. Like those are the two biggest in Japan. Like it's our Pikachu. So like it's huge, and I think it'd be really interesting to see a different play on that universe in a more modern sense. I'm really excited for this. Like I really texted Bass before we started. I was like, "Oh, you picked Pluto? Fuck yeah, dude!"
Let's go. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I'm actually gonna have to get a Netflix subscription for this. So if it's doing enough to make me do that, y'all should probably go check it out.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and all I could think about was like RoboCop, Terminator. So
It's got that kind of vibe. Like it's heavy on the sci-fi and like people being, I guess, like cyborgs, which I think also makes it really cool. And it looked like it was like a mysterious, dark play on Astro Boy, which I'm here for 100%.
yeah, I haven't really ever seen Astro Boy, which I know who it is. And like if you told me, pick which one Astro Boy is out of a bunch of characters, I could do it. But I just don't know what's going on in Astro Boy, So it'll be fun to actually see something in that world, I guess.
Mhm.
See what's going on, see what's happening, see what the hype is about,
Welcome to the Astro Boy universe, my guy. Let me know how you like it. Cool.
Uh
So Tyler, you want to go next?
yeah. So my second one is gonna be that I'm really looking forward to is Spy Family season 2, and that needs no introduction, I don't think. We all know what Spy Family is. So, what about y'all? Do y'all looking forward to that? Dan, Bass?
Oh man, I was gonna pick this until you already had dibs on it. So I'm actually really excited for it, man. I'm so excited for it. I love this show. Um, can't wait for some more Anya.
Yeah. So, like, I really love this show. I always feel like it's a good mix of, slice of life and action and even romance. It does all of them so well. It balances it so well. Um, for those that don't know, it's by Wit Studios. It's going to be released in October probably, and it's basically about a spy named Lloyd who is just assigned missions to get closer to a highly important political person from another country. And basically, they're going to try to stop a war by doing this. And the way he does this is he's got to create a fake family. And that comes with which is a baddie, obviously, assassin, a baddie. They don't know that, though. And Anya is who Bass was talking about, a telepathic kid who's not very bright, even though she's telepathic, which confuses me a lot, but here we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta catch up on Spy Family. Once they did like that mid-season break, I kind of just fell off it heavy because I had a lot of other shows I was watching. But I really enjoyed the first part of season 1.
Okay.
All right.
But I haven't watched the rest of it yet, so I guess I got some catching up to do before October.
Well, if you haven't watched it yet, the intro be banging, bro. So
I think I did watch like one episode, but I just had so much I was watching at the time. I was like, we'll put this on hold till it's done.
yeah, and also we got a movie, the Spy Family movie, Cold White, which is a spinoff, is releasing in December as well. I think a couple days before Christmas, it looks like. And it'll basically be like a family vacation in a snowy land with the big fluffy dog. So it should be a fun little interesting movie. So to go with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be canon, but I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything on the 23rd of December typically. So if it's available in America, I'll probably give it a watch.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good Christmas show probably to have on during like Christmas morning or something, if your family likes anime or cartoons or something. It's got a big cute dog, so
My father
Anya.
would flame me. I can't take that kind of ridicule while I'm cooking.
Yeah, no, Christmas morning is for A Christmas Story. That's just what it is.
Talk to him, Dan. Talk to him.
That's what it's for, dude. You have to watch it. Like you never watch the movie the entire way through. It's just on the TV all day, and you catch it eventually.
Okay.
And
I usually watch The Grinch, bro. Not gonna lie.
I respect that, but I mean, is it TNT that does the Christmas Story all day thing,
I couldn't tell you.
or is it TBS?
It's not TNT. It's
I think
TBS.
it's TBS.
Yeah.
They put the movie on repeat from like 8 p.m. Christmas Eve to like 8 p.m. Christmas Day.
Literally, yeah. It just stays on the TV while everybody talks and comes over for me. And for your information, I usually pop the Grinch off pretty early in December just to set the tone for the.
Oh yeah. The Grinch is like a Thanksgiving movie at this point for me, just to get the mood right.
Really?
Right,
Okay.
right. I hate to break off from the shows, guys, but I got to know which version of the Grinch is y'all's favorite.
Is there multiple?
There's 3.
I don't
At
know,
least.
man. I just watched The Grinch, bro.
Which one do you watch? No, this is gonna bug the fuck out of me.
The
watch
one
Let It
that's
Go.
always on. I don't know.
Do you watch the cartoon, or do you watch the Jim Carrey one, or do you watch the one with Tyler the Creator?
I watched the cartoon one.
That's the old school. Okay.
I love the Jim Carrey one, dude.
Y'all had me
Jim Carrey was
tripping for
my
a minute.
favorite.
I thought
Yeah.
there was like different endings or some shit, like where the Grinch like kills people or something. I don't know.
No, that is a horror movie that came out last year that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I got to put that in the back. There's candy cane shotguns, the Grinch is a demon. Like it looks wild.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come mess with that. I forgot that was a thing.
I still think my go-to Christmas movie every year is A Christmas Vacation, dude. It's just fucking timeless.
Okay.
Facts. That's
Fucking
my
Chevy
sister's
Chase,
favorite.
dude.
Yeah.
So do y'all actually like it when like the radio stations and all them like start turning on the, have yourself a merry little Christmas?
You mean when I turn on my 70 song playlist for the whole 2 months of November and December?
You're talking about when I only listen to Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" on repeat? Yes.
Yeah,
I love that part of the year.
Yeah, it's literally. I love the excuse to play Christmas music.
Hey man, you missed Christmas in July. You had a little chance to do it.
Nah, it ain't right. That ain't right. But you guys want to get back to the shows? I'm sorry I went off on this segue. I just had to know what y'all were messing with the Grinch.
It's all good, dude. Yeah, so the next show I've got is Undead Unluck. This looks like a crazy ass fucking ride. So like the trailer is nuts. So basically the plot super weird. Fuko has a strange ability called Unluck, where everyone she touches dies. So she decides after finishing her favorite shoujo manga series after 10 years, she's going to kill herself because she lost everything to live for.
Okay.
That's some down bad shit, dude.
Tyler, did you get what he explained from the trailer?
Was he explaining something in the trailer?
He like explained a little bit of the plot here, and I did not get that from the trailer. I didn't know what the fuck was going on in the trailer.
The only reason why I know what Dan's talking about right now is because I read a summary about it before this. Okay. And yeah, I didn't. The trailer that I watched, it basically had a zombie being reformed in midair, kind of like on Attack on Titan. And then it just grabs this chick by the waist while jumping off a roof or something, while the chick is screaming.
Like
yeah. While the chick is screaming like I don't even know what she was saying, bro. It sounded nice though. And then the dude, the zombie to come back to life, he was like Zorro, and I was like, "Yo, bro, is this shit Zorro right now?"
Nah.
So
yeah, so basically, an undead learns about her ability, and he wants to go out with a bang and die. So I think it's going to be a really interesting character dynamic between these two. Basically, somebody who can touch someone and make them so unlucky they get crushed by a train, against an immortal undead human. But yeah, the scene where he like regenerates his entire body after falling off a bridge or something like that, and then starts using blood out of his legs like a fucking ODM gear and flying around Tokyo was insane. This show just looks like a wild ride.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. So
yeah, I gotta check this out. The trailer was coming at me a million miles an hour, and the like Tyler said, the part where he was like his body was reforming and you had like the layers of the muscle and the bones coming back. That shit looked clean. That shit looked so clean. So I gotta at least see what's going on with it.
Honestly, like this shit's probably gonna be on our rundown, knowing us. So
yeah, I mean the fact that the secondary main character's name is Andy, and we can all pronounce that pretty easily. I think that is a good fit for the Degens.
What's the chick's name?
Not him calling out our reading skills. That's crazy.
Fuko
and Andy.
Okay. Fuko Andy.
It looks like a wild ride. There's a second trailer where they introduce basically the organization who is like after them. And all their character designs went super hard. Like I'm low key excited for this movie or show. Sorry.
Okay.
Excellent. I am too, man. I am too. We got to see what they have. You guys ready for mine? My last one here. So this one, I'm not so excited just to watch the anime. This is a possible fucking train wreck, and the fact that the producers have went on a world tour could make it even worse. And I kind of want to see it do well, but I also want to see it do bad. This is the Rising of the Shield Hero season 3, set for an October release, and I don't know if you. I'm sure some of you have watched Rising of the Shield Hero, and season 1, great. Season 2, an absolute train wreck. Me and Tyler have talked about it at length. Won't get into it. But yeah, they've gone on a world tour. They're doing Mannheim, Germany, and Toronto this month. They're doing Tokyo in October. They've already been to LA. And just the chaos that would ensue online if this bombed after that would be hilarious to me. I know I'm just being petty, but it is what it is. But I actually do want to see the show return to form because I really did enjoy the first season. So hopefully they can get back to that. And,
unlike you said you want to see a bomb after them going on tour and stuff or whatever. I don't want to see that.
Well, so it's a win-win for me, right? If it does well, I have a good show back in my rotation. If it does poorly, it's pure chaos. So, like, I can't lose.
I mean, if this does poorly, like, how many hours have we wasted watching a dog shit show?
0. Once I heard about the turtles, I knew I was never going to watch this show. So you guys will have to let me know if season 3 redeems it, and I'll just skip season 2. Hopefully, there's no important plot points.
I don't know. I don't think there is. Honestly,
does the flying giant turtle like come crashing down? Like, does he get Bowser stomped by Mario? Like,
he doesn't even fly. If I remember correctly, it's kind of sad.
He's just a giant. He's like Zunisha, but a turtle.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have a giant family of funny looking animal monsters living on him? We're all really cool.
He's got stuff on his back, so yeah.
It's great
value. A
value.
whole lot of turtle spirit.
Great value, Zunisha, dude. Get me out of here.
It's like a shitty, even slower Zunisha.
Can't they even talk?
No, that mug didn't say anything the whole season. He just had some crazy powers. Okay. But yeah, they wrote themselves into a hole. Was what it felt like. I don't know how they're gonna bring it back. I do hope they do. Like, in all actuality, without being petty, I really hope all this hype is worth it and they get back on track. But all I'm saying is, if they don't, I'll be in the corner smiling somewhere. So
I love that.
Corner crying.
Well, that's all I got. Yeah, I'm not praying on their downfall, but I'm not against it either. So,
all right. So I got two more. So I'm gonna let y'all choose. Y'all want to hear me talk about the one that I'm gonna regret watching, or the one that I find interesting to watch?
Regrets. Yeah, regrets.
Okay, so the one I'm gonna regret watching is called the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
That sounds like a porno.
And let me get into
a porno with multiple episodes. That's a series.
So let me get into. There's a little bit of plot twist here. So after the main character, which I'm not saying his name because it's some kind of weird bullshit, but he experienced 100 heartbreaks during junior high. So obviously, while praying at a shrine, the love god appears, and he's praying for to find love or whatever. And they say that this dude will meet 100 soulmates in high school. Well, the plot twist is he actually does meet 100 soulmates in high school. But the thing is, if his relationship with one of those soulmates or any of the soulmates fails, the girl will die.
Damn.
Hey, yo, what? Yo,
high school dating should not have stakes like that, dude.
The girl will die, bro, from various unfortunate events is what it says.
Dude, Ren Taro, the main character of this, is going to have more bodies behind him than Hillary Clinton. That is fucking nuts.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Like you were describing this, and it went from like 7 to 100 in like 2 words.
Oh, you want to hear it go from 7 to 100? Would you like to hear the title in Japanese?
oh
Please.
no.
Kimi no koto ga dai dai daisuki na 100 ni no kanojo.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to have to ever introduce that show. We're not watching this.
No, you need to report back on this one. You need to report back on this one.
This
Yeah,
is
I need to
gonna
know what's up.
be this is gonna be my, rent a peak bullshit. The cringe garbage that I love to watch. I hope that it's up there. I hope that it's just as funny and cringy. So
Dude, the high schoolers on the cover of the manga look like they're 8 years old. Like this is out of my element right here, guys.
Pause.
I'm happy though the genre does not say ecchi, so there is some redeeming factors here. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good. That's
that's very
always
good.
good.
Yes,
I haven't really
yes.
looked into like the trailer or the like any visual aspects of it. I just know that I've seen it on my timeline a lot, and I'm just like, that sounds weird as hell, to pull off in an anime. And then I read the plot, and I was like, wait a minute, they die? Do what? What kind of bullshit is this gonna be? It's like a dumpster fire that
Hook,
you can't stop
line,
watching.
and sinker.
Yeah.
Dude, Japanese high school is 3 years. Homie's got to fumble and juggle 33 chicks a year to make this work. And by the end of it, he's got 100. Once they dump him, right? If they dump him, it's kosher.
Oh, I think it's probably gonna be all at once, bro.
Dude's gonna
Bro's
fail
gonna
out,
be
man.
aging like 5 years to 1.
He's not even gonna pass high school. How you gonna juggle 100?
Man's
100
gonna die
high
at
school
20 of a
chicks.
heart attack. Oh, jeez.
I would kill myself, honestly. Like I would not be able to do that.
In game.
The first real girlfriend is so stressful. Imagine having 99 more of them.
I got
my
99
God, bro.
problems, and they all
And they're-
bitches.
Look at my man's over here.
Oh, he looks
He
so
looks
damn
sad as
bad,
shit.
dude.
He looks
So
so
he-
tired.
He went from anti-Riz to God tier Riz in the matter of one prayer. Poor fucking bastard, dude.
But yeah, so that's that one. Do you want me to talk about my other one?
Yeah, the other one actually looked really nice.
Yeah,
It was really pretty.
So my other one, it's very interesting. I don't think I've seen something like this. It's called the Apothecary Diaries, and it's gonna have an October release, and it's actually being done by OLM Studios, which have done like Pokemon, Komi-san, Can't Communicate, Summertime Render.
Oh, so this is the incredibly abusive studio that the guys from Bug Films left?
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, these poor bastards worked a
So-
lot 'cause this looks really pretty.
Yeah. And this is actually going to be a historical medical mystery signing. So this is targeted toward, older people, like late teens, early 20s, all that good stuff. But the manga is like an 8.5 on Mal. It's been going on since 2017. And basically, this is set in ancient China, and where a 17-year-old is kidnapped and forced to work as a low-level servant at an emperor's palace. But one day she hears that like the two infants of the emperor have fallen gravely ill, so she secretly takes action using her medicinal experience from being raised as a pharmacist in the poor red light district. Despite her attempts to remain anonymous, she catches the eye of an influential eunuch who has learned of her talents and soon finds herself in the inner court, where she makes a name for herself solving medical mysteries.
That
So-
poor girl, dude. You guys know what
Yeah.
a eunuch is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That poor girl, dude. She rizzed up a dude with no dick.
But this plot seems very interesting. The fact that she's going to be solving medical mysteries in a anime. So, and on top of that, it looks really beautiful. Like the animation is like really pretty. So
It really
Yeah.
was. I was actually really impressed by this. I got to go back to the part where you said pharmacist in the red light district. Um, in the real world, that's typically just a drug dealer. I'm glad to hear that she has a very noble profession instead. But yeah, the animation looked phenomenal.
Yeah, it's either a drug dealer or someone slinging Viagra on the side, dude.
yeah, I'm not really sure how legit of a pharmacist that she was being raised as. I'm assuming what they meant is like, um,
Yeah,
kind of like a
she's
herbalist, like
yeah,
or something like that.
she's an apothecary. That's like
Yeah,
what it is.
basically, and they just used the poor. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I actually watch this. I don't know if y'all will watch it, but this is kind of up my alley. It's like maybe like a slice of life ish show with like a mystery going on about it. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, it
Awesome.
looked like it was going to be pretty fun. Might actually have to check this out with you, but
Yeah, it's a signing too. So that means it's probably gonna have like a more of a mature story. So it should be pretty interesting for us.
all right, all right.
Nice. So my final show I got is Megumi no Daigo Kyukoku no Orange, which this is just an anime about firefighters. Like there's no
Huh?
special powers. There's no fire force. This is just a good old fashioned slice of life from what I can tell about firefighters. And I think that'd be really cool because I mean they are put in very tense situations. So I'd be interested to see how that's animated.
Yeah.
Yes, they deal with extremely stressful situations, and they got to be on time. They got to be ready. So this could be very very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting too because the manga came out in like the early 90s and it's just getting animated now. So I think that's really interesting. The trailers didn't really have anything in them.
Yeah. It
So
was very short.
the animation looked really clean. It's kind of like about three firefighters trying to work their ranks up to get the orange coats and be badasses. So I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. I don't know if I'll end up like watching the whole thing if it's really like if it focuses on more of like the academy lifestyle. But I think it'd be really cool to watch like some giant ass buildings in Tokyo burning down and having people like going to rescue people. I think that'd be a really cool premise.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. I'm glad
And
you
I
finished that sentence. So
yeah, and yeah, it's not really cool to see anything burn down ever. That's always tragic, especially with the world we live in now where everything is on fire. If you're remotely close to the West Coast, so prayers to Canada and all of California and Oregon, Washington, and everywhere else. But I think it has potential to be a really cool premise, like plot wise, and I just think it's not really up my bag. So I kind of want to check it out and see how it is. I'm
yeah,
trying to grow, guys.
I'm
We
interested
respect
in
that.
seeing it too. I just don't know. Like you said, I just don't know how they're gonna do the plot to keep it interesting. They're gonna have to do something. So
Yeah, I think a rivalry within like the fire brigade would be a really interesting thing to look at. So I think that's probably the route they're going to go. I mean, there are three main characters essentially, but I don't know. I love when fire's animated really well. So hopefully they got that in their bag.
guess we're gonna find out. So we didn't really see much about it in the trailers, like
Yeah,
Dan said.
the trailer was kind of interesting. It really just focused on like Japanese firefighters. Like it was showing real like fire trucks from Tokyo. It was showing real firefighters and kind of explaining the plot a little bit. So it was interesting way to go about it, but we'll have to check it out.
Kind of scary too when studios do that. So
Yeah,
is that all we got?
that's my last show.
Okay. I guess we get on to the second topic now, right?
Let's do it.
So this is gonna be anime for Degens by the Degens. And basically last week we gave our live action anime wish list. And this week we're gonna give y'all another wish list. And if we could have a new anime made about a topic, sport, game, or anything else, what would that anime be? What would it look like for us? So, Bass, you want to get us started on this one?
Sure, sure. So mine, I'm gonna do an isekai. It's gonna be. I called it South Central Tensei, but you could insert any like I guess gang-ridden area or like I guess hood area, if you will. I think this one would be really cool. I think the first thing I gotta point out, no magic powers or anything like that. Just uh, some good old-fashioned self-growth. Um, but I think it would be good if it like started off with like a kid or a guy that kind of like glorifies the gangster life or wishes he grew up in that kind of life. And I think there's a lot of people that kind of do this that aren't familiar with that part of the world. Uh,
I went to school with a couple of these guys, and let me tell you, the Junko jeans in middle school, not
oh, okay.
popular. Where I was from, I grew up in the boonies, and these two kids looked like freaking clowns, dude. It was so funny.
Interesting. Yeah, they didn't know much about that life. They were just looking at some TV. But yeah, I mean, it's like that. People see things on TV, they think it's cool, and they don't really know what the rest of that, what goes with the rest of that. And if that person like that kind of got transported to like South Central or something like that, there's bad neighborhoods everywhere, and they were kind of forced into like the gang life. I mean, it could bring some realism and like a grounded perspective to the show, and kind of goes through like the just like the general like neighborhood life, where it's not just about gangs. It's like about some good people in the neighborhood, people that show some promise that maybe it caught them in some things that they weren't supposed to, and kind of show how he has a hard time overcoming it. And I think you could do that for maybe 10 episodes or a whole season. And then maybe the season after that, he goes to jail. You get your flash forward, he gets out, and now he's trying to like change his life, right? And then over time, he kind of realizes the friends that he's made, the contacts he's made, are kind of holding him back from that and his struggle to live a successful life of just like a normal person. I think that'd be really, really, really cool. And I think there's ways to do some really good comic relief with people in the neighborhood. And I think it could be really heartfelt because, I mean, not everybody in a bad neighborhood is a bad person. Things happen to good people, and then it kind of puts them in that situation. Or they were just raised in that area. So I think you could get a really good host of characters or like a good main cast together out of this situation. And I think it also would bring a spotlight onto some neighborhoods or places that like we don't get to hear a lot about in our day to day. Just give everybody a little bit of perspective, man.
Yeah, that'd definitely be interesting. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when you say that is just the Boondocks, which is not serious at all. So I feel like
No,
this would have to be very serious, but with some good comedic relief. I think it could be really interesting. I mean, I feel like this would be a tough sell to try and get made in Japan
sure, for sure.
as an anime, but I mean, they could do like kind of like the Avatar vibe where it's a US based studio doing an anime-esque show, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's a wish list. It's a little wish list. It's for the Degens by the Degens. So I had to lay this out here because I don't think that this could be made or would be made in Japan. I just don't
I
think that
mean,
would happen. It would
I
be
got
hard
it.
for it to do it and be respectful as well.
I got it. A
So
gangbanger who snitches and gets put into witness protection, and they fly his ass to Japan, and he just falls in love with manga, dude. You got it.
There we go.
it's a little different than what I was thinking.
I gave you the route. It's not an easy one, but it's possible.
Let's not.
Yo,
Let's not.
I was wondering how you was gonna throw in the isekai into this one,
Huh?
and that would kind of be a pretty decent show. I think you said something about comedy, maybe put some comedic relief in there. What if they like did some shit out of like Friday, bro? the
See
movie.
stuff like that. Like, so I'm not from like a terrible area, but some of my friends, like growing up, were in some of the most dangerous areas of where I'm from, and like, bro, you genuinely meet such a plethora of people. I think it would be easy to write jokes. Like I said, it's such a I don't want to glorify it, but it's like it's a very like colorful experience in a way. So I think it'd be easy to have comic relief. I think you would just have to have people that have gone through that type of life, and they can kind of tell you about some things. They could drop some knowledge for you.
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could have. I really think you could have like one dude, one guy to be like the comedic relief, kind of like what Usopp is for One Piece or whatever, you know, or what what's his name? Shit, not Ice Cube. Is it Chris Tucker? Is that his name?
That's not
Yeah.
Chris Tucker. Is
No,
it Chris
not Chris-
Tucker?
Is it?
No,
He's talking about
I
Chris
no.
Tucker, right?
Off of Friday, the dude that's the
Yeah.
idiot, bro. You know, is that Chris Tucker?
that is Chris Tucker. Holy shit!
Yeah. I know it's Chris
Damn.
Yeah, damn. Yeah,
But, like,
imagine
of
if you
course,
had a
yeah.
dude like that, bro,
That's what
in
I'm
this
saying.
anime.
I mean, there's just so many different types of people, and I think the coolest part would be like that transition from him, you know, like glorifying that life, and then maybe something really tragic happens. He's been playing like a game, right? And then something tragic happens, and he realizes like, oh shit, like what did I get myself into? And now he's really trying to navigate that shit and figure that shit out. I think that would be like a cool transition to watch, like his oh shit moment.
Yeah, I I think it's doable. So I think it's real doable.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really cool premise. I mean, that's not something you'd think an anime would be about. So it'd be cool though, because that's for us. That's for the US, you know? Like
Right.
you could even kind of translate this like if you wanted to make it about Japan, be like someone who glorifies the Yakuza gets like transported to a world where he's in the Yakuza, you know? Like same kind of idea. A lot
Right.
more
I mean,
tattoos.
and like to be honest, like there's a lot of Japanese rap that emulates US like gangs. So it could be a Japanese person that gets transported somewhere in LA. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That'd be nuts.
That
Be
could
very
work.
different. It'd be very different. Yeah. So
Just imagine someone sitting on their stoop reading Shonen Jump. Like, nah,
They
these
out there.
motherfuckers
They
go
out there.
hard, bro. These motherfuckers go hard. This is Goku.
Hit him with
Awesome.
that kami ha.
Awesome, Tyler. You want to go next? You want me to go?
I can go. I can talk about one of mine. Basically, what I would want to make that ain't out there right now is a great football anime, and we see like there's some great sports anime out there right now. It's you got Haikyuu, volleyball doing the thing. You got Crocono Basket, Slam Dunk doing the basketball thing. Blue Lock AO Ayashi doing soccer things, even Initial D and MF Ghost coming out for like the cars and stuff. But there's a shit ton of like sports anime out there that are quality, and there is some football anime out there too. I done a little bit of research, but they're all there. I guess they're just trash, and I guess that somebody just hasn't done a great football anime yet. And I think that production IG would do a really good job at a football anime because they done Haikyuu, they done all these Kuroko no Basket, Ayashi. They done all these shows, all these sports shows, so they know how to do this. And I want them to show like the team aspect side, like Haikyuu did, and Dan knows what I'm talking about. And I want them to show that team aspect side because football is a really, really great team sport. And I want them to show that brutal side of football, the side that you see you don't really get to see, that you would see if you was playing it or you lived it.
I already got a great title for this.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks, a football story.
Oh my god!
People would get so
Get
confused,
the fuck
bro.
out of here, Dan.
Hey, you know what it would be though?
Wait,
Is people
Hard
would
Knocks the anime.
no, just do a football story because then people are gonna go look up Hard Knocks. And you're gonna go, what the fuck is that? And they're gonna click on it and get hooked. Marketing 101, boys.
The best football
Use
anime
the
that I've
clout funnel.
seen. The best football anime that I've seen so far is the little the animation that they used to do for football. You know what I'm talking about? The little animation shit that they used to hop up the season with every week or whatever. You know
You're
what I'm
talking
talking about, don't you?
You're talking like the robots on Fox? Like
No,
I
they
don't know what you're
had
talking
they
about.
had this whole series. I don't know. I'll put it in Discord, bro. I'll find it and put it in Discord because I don't know the names off the top of my head. It's like animation shit that they done.
Okay. I
But
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's like really funny shit. But it's actually decent. Like mini like 10-minute episodes or something like that. But why not? Why not have a good football anime? I feel like that would be like a very interesting and as far as like competition goes, like it could be very competitive and it could actually show that brutal side and show that team mentality on top and team mentality on bottom and really do it well as long as a good studio and a good writer gets together and does it. And Production IG, like I said, is a very good pick for that. And you just have to have a good storyteller. So
Have you checked?
I want to back it up for a second and say that we're talking about American football. But
yeah, okay.
I was gonna say,
but also I think I mean as somebody that's like grew up playing football, I think this could be really good because
Yeah.
I mean when you have like a big enough like a high school football team here in the South, the teams are so big. They can be 100+ people, which is twice as big as an NFL roster. Like that, you have to break out your practices, and you could have like your stereotypical like wide receiver divas. We all know the linebackers are fucking crazy. They're every single one of them are. They're insane. And you could have like the defensive backs who have one of the hardest jobs and talk so much shit. Like it would just be fun to see all those different types of people interact. And if you didn't play football, like you wouldn't know. Like the practices are so ultra competitive. Like you have 6 guys going at the same spot to get on the field. Yeah, you get different packages and people get tired and you get subbed out. But if you're not the starter or like the direct backup, you might not get to play at all.
And
You might be waiting for somebody to get hurt.
That's where positions are won, at practice.
Right. And it's brutal out there. Some are 2-a-days. It's brutal out there. And you just got to push yourself because those other guys are just going hard. And I think that would be a really good story to tell. And then you get to the games. It's nuts. Yeah.
So Tyler, I'm gonna say you got to check out Eye Shield 21, the Phantom Golden Bowl, because it is a 30-minute American football anime, like a one-off kind of thing, done by Production IG.
Okay.
It's already there, baby. You just got to check it out.
Yeah, but when was that released?
That was released in 2003.
Okay,
and there was
but that's been a long time ago. They've really upped their animation since then, obviously because Haikyuu and all that good stuff. So
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there was a full anime television series. Like the show got pretty good reception from what I'm seeing. I mean, it released from 2005 to 2008, 145 episodes. So sounds like you got a little homework to do. Check it out. See if it's up to par with what you're looking for. It's about a Japanese American football club out of high school. So
yeah,
interesting.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it's not. So
yeah. Oh, I agree.
You said it was a 30-minute show?
Well, it's a 30-minute movie, but there is a 145 episode show also.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely not watching 145 episodes of trash. So
Hey, man, you might get into it. Who knows?
I doubt it. Like, I don't know. Like the only way they could like if they like done the classic focus on, the star positions only, like focus on a quarterback position only and or whatever, that would ruin the show, honestly. Like I said, I want it to be more about the team and the like Haikyuu does,
Yeah.
they don't focus on the spiker. They focus on the team. Obviously the spiker and the setter is, the two main characters or whatever, but it doesn't feel like that in Haikyuu. So, but I don't know.
Oh,
I would
definitely,
love
man.
it. I would love it, bro. It's a good time too. So,
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, I'm doing my first one's a sports anime as well. So
yeah, America would eat that shit up. So,
Oh, I would love it. Some of like the most funniest things that I've seen have happened during football practice. Um, and some of the most tragic, like you see your for like friends fight, and like it's crazy because like you might cuss each other out every day during practice, and then like people see you outside of practice and like you're like fucking best friends, like you wouldn't. It's just a flip switches. When you put the pads and the helmet on, you really gotta go crazy a little bit. It's fun. I would love to see that in the anime.
by the way, I remembered what the animation is called. It's by Bleach Report. It's Gridiron Heights.
oh, I remember those.
Yeah, Gridiron Heights. That's
I
what I'm
remember
talking about.
those.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh
So
yeah, that had like Dak and a bunch of other people like basically living in like a
Megatron.
freaking like the same neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. Have you ever seen a bass? No, yes.
I just googled it. I gotta go check that out.
It's hilarious, bro. Definitely worth. But yeah, that's about all I got. I just want to see my favorite sport um done, done right. So
Awesome. Well, so for my first one, I also have a sports anime, and it's
okay.
also because I just watched Haikyuu, but I want that feeling in a sport that I love, and it's something I play all the time. So I want a golf anime about a hyper competitive high school golf league.
Okay.
I want it way over the top, just like Haikyuu. Like I want the emotions, the rivalries, a shit ton of character development. Like I want to feel for these guys if they win or lose a match. I want to feel their emotions just like you do watching Haikyuu. But
Okay.
my idea here is basically we get Happy Gilmore, but not a hockey player. We get a high school delinquent. And
I
there's a
was
Chubbs-esque sensei who teaches him on the side while he's in this golf club. Takes our rough around the edges protagonist and teaches him to play the game. He's got a hammer of a drive. He can't hit irons. He can't chip. He can't putt, but he's got a cannon. And I think it'd be really cool if they had cameos by like a professional golfer, like, a very, very famous Japanese golfer's Hideki Matsuyama. So imagine
okay.
he's the coach.
Bro, if Hideki's in it, I'm watching it.
It'd
Period.
be so good, right?
Sit me down. If Hideki's in it, I'm with it.
But like, I want this, like, I don't want it to be like normal golf where like, the team scores. I want like a live style team events. Like, I want this to be like intense. I want that team camaraderie, just like Tyler's talking about on the football field. Maybe it's like it's all scrambles and it's just people going at it, and each opponent's got their specialty, and it's just super hype. It'd be so fucking fun. And the only golf anime I've ever seen is Birdie Wings, and that shit was garbage. So I need a good golf anime.
So I got one request though. One request. In the dubbed telling of this, I want Adam Sandler to be the main character.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think this would be popular enough to get a dub.
If it had Adam Sandler as the main character, it would be.
Can you just imagine Adam Sandler as like a bald, degenerate, like little high school kid? It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what he plays anyways, just without the bald part.
You could even have him do the voice of the coach and be like his oh shit, what was that movie he was just in with the basketball betting? Like bring that character to it. That'd be funny. Every character is voiced by Adam Sandler. It's a wrap.
God bless.
It's gonna be on
this
Netflix.
this could be fun though. Like, I mean, the rivalries. I didn't have this experience in high school with it being like super competitive. Like it was competitive within the team, but like we were by and far like the best team in our division. So like it was more me fighting for like the top spots on the team instead of us actually trying to compete and win a match. I think we lost one match out of, I think we played 16 a year. I think my last 2 years we lost one match. So it'd be cool to see some people actually fight for a dub.
Oh, dude, I want to battle the garbage dump. I want practice matches against the same high school, and you get like fired up and you go play them again. Like, we'll see you at nationals, all that shit. I'm in.
Yeah. You give me that. And like golf is like pretty unique. Well, it's not completely unique in this aspect, but it's so mental that you could also have that side of it like pronounced pretty heavily in the anime, because you can be a great player, but if you're not in a good headspace when you play golf, like you might just play like shit because of that. Like every part of your life has to be there.
Definitely, dude. Yeah, I just think it'd be different, So I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about golf. I think it's boring or whatever, but I would probably watch it if Adam Sandler was in it. So
I'm just
if it
gonna
was
say,
fist fights, like, I would probably watch it.
We're gonna get some tussles after the match. Of course, you can't fight on a golf course. But I mean, I played volleyball in high school, like gym. That was it, and I loved Haikyuu. I mean, Tyler, you didn't play volleyball ever, so like the same thing kind of applies here. Like.
But that's different. Volleyball is a little bit different. It's like very fast paced. Like as long as they're not standing around a lot, like it's going. Like volleys are like going. Whereas golf, it's only, to me, I feel like it would be fun if you played it. If you're swinging and maybe drinking a few. But as far as watching on TV, I've never like turned it on and been like, hey, this shit's fire, bro. Like I see it on TV. I'm like, no, bro.
The thing
Let's
about
turn this
watching
shit off.
golf, the thing about watching golf is like you have no context if you've never played.
Yeah,
that's what's tough about, because you don't really know what they just did or how hard it was because you've never played. So,
oh yeah. Watching somebody drain a chip out of a sand trap from 50 yards away is impossible for the average person. So watching it happen, it's like, holy fuck, they're so goddamn good.
Yeah. But I mean, like a lot of the standing around, I think would be like cut out, other than like them maybe like talking to their caddies and like strategizing, and like I think it would get broken up in the same way that Haku would. Like they talk between points. You'd be talking to your caddy or your coach, or maybe the team captain, but while you're walking up to your next ball and he's trying to tell you about the situation in which you're not doing well. I feel like it could be much of the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that could keep me interested in it, I guess. Maybe if I heard like the inner dialogue, especially if you put some drama into it, maybe, or something.
I talked about fist fights and rivalries.
Yeah.
Like, this shit's gonna be lit, dude. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, it's not necessarily gonna be a golf focus. I mean, golf is the sport, but it's gonna focus on the team and everything else. Like there's a lot that's gonna go into it. So I don't necessarily think you're gonna have to worry about watching a 4-hour match. Like the match is gonna take one episode.
Can you make it a women's golf too?
No, they're not.
Oh.
They're not gonna fist fight in the parking lot.
Why, Tyler? Why do they need to be women?
Go watch Birdie Wings. Go watch Birdie Wings. It's garbage. That's your women's golf show, dude.
If I have waifus in a show, it makes me more inclined to watch it, bro. Not gonna lie.
They'll be on the sideline. I'll add a little romance for you.
Fair enough.
I'll add a little romance for you.
Romance, okay. Okay. I'm interested.
Awesome. Fast, what you got for your second show? Or do you only have one?
Yeah, I didn't know we were supposed to do two.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I guess I'll get into my second one then.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it, dude.
I mean, so I picked the second show. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with this podcast, but it's Dungeons and Daddies. Yeah, no. So this is an award-winning Dungeons and Dragons playthrough. It's not like a strict playthrough. It's pretty loose, and I'm assuming y'all know what Dungeons and Dragons is, right?
I played it once and I wanted to blow my brains out. Continue.
Okay.
We have video games. Just put it on a freaking screen. My imagination ain't that good.
Okay, so with this one is really good. So I'm gonna tell you the premise. So it's basically about four dads from our world who get teleported into a magical fantasy world in their van. So you say, why a van? Well, because they was all riding together, taking their kids to their soccer game, and they just somehow just got drove into a fantasy world somehow. And speaking of the kids, when they get into the fantasy world, they are no longer in the van with them. They got teleported to another part of the world, in different parts of the world, the fantasy world. So they must start like a journey to find them in this new world that's full of magic and fantasy shit with their van. And it's just four dads. And basically, it's hilarious. There's a lot of hilarious events, very dangerous fights, and just wild characters that are introduced and unexpected twists that happen, plot twists that happen in this show, because this is meant to be a very comedic, dramatic playthrough, bullshit playthrough. I would almost call it Degen playthrough of Dungeons and Dragons. And I really think that if they adapted this into an anime, this shit would like go hard. It would be crazy. The amount of comedy and laughs that they could do it justice, I think. So, and I know that y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but for anybody that's seen or heard Dungeons and Daddies, like they know what's up. They can appreciate what I'm saying right now, because this shit is hilarious.
So basically, you want an isekai with a bunch of middle-aged men who are funny.
Basically,
and they take on the role of like a druid and a paladin and whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had listened to the podcast, I would know more of like your inclining on how funny these guys are, because I'm sure they're hilarious. But I mean, the premise sounds funny. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, they get they I don't remember if they don't really get like crazy powers or whatever. Like, I don't really want to spoil it, but they don't really get crazy powers. It's mostly just they like a normal Dungeons and Dragons playthrough. They rely on powers and shit like that to get them out of situations. They rely on fighting, but these four, they rely on bullshit to get them out of their issues. More than like they rely on plans. They rely on bullshit trying to get out of it. Like, they make what they call the daddy master. Instead of the dungeon master, they call him the daddy master. They make his life a living hell, honestly. Just trying to get out of shit and try to do shit wild. It's unique and interesting. So, but
Interesting. Yeah, I just haven't listened to the podcast, so I don't know it. But I mean, the premise sounds hilarious, you know?
yeah, I really think that it would be a fun watch. It's your typical, like dungeon crawler / fantasy world isekai. Just a lot of comedy though. Not a whole lot of waifus though, but I'm sure we could throw some in there. So
I mean, the waifus are there, dude. They just weren't introduced. It's an isekai. All the women have huge tits. It's just part of it.
And you even got like dialogue going on. So the cell phones kind of work, and one dude calls his wife at home, and the dude is like very naive and stuff like that, and he calls his wife at home, and she's like cheating on him and shit, and it's wild, bro. It's wild, and like the
What
guy
the-
answered, I don't know, it's wild.
Well,
And he's
that
just like, oh,
sucks.
okay. You know,
Well, that
he just
sucks.
believes. Yeah.
A little bit. A little
Damn.
bit.
It's fun, bro. It's fun. It would be a fun
Damn.
watch. So I
Yeah,
would
man.
love that shit.
I might have to check out the podcast to kind of get an idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't even think you would have to if this got animated. I just want to see this animated. It would be so hilarious. So I think
Gotcha.
Gintama level of hilarious.
I
So
don't know. That's not possible.
I swear to you, bro, it would be. I
Not
swear.
possible. Not possible.
Imagine like dad jokes plus Degen jokes and all that good stuff added into like unfortunate events. Like it's
Damn.
crazy.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, that's it's pretty wild. So
Gotcha. Well, my last one, it's a character who needs no introduction. I want a Bob Ross isekai.
okay.
Interesting.
I want him to get sucked into his paintings with the happy little trees. And old boy Bob here, his magic he gets when he comes in the isekai, he's going to have magic paint powers. Where he can paint things, kind of like Kanjuro from One Piece. But that's his magic. Can you like imagine watching Bob Ross paint happy little tree warriors to fight goblins?
Wait. I want to
It'd be
mention
fucking
a show
hilarious.
right now. Black Clover does this shit too. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
He's got paint magic. That's what it's called.
but it's not Bob Ross, dude.
No,
It's not Bob Ross. I think it'd just be so stupid to be funny. And of course, it's an isekai, so he's going to meet a big titty female character that he teams up with. And-
3 of them.
Three
Three
of
of them?
Yeah, you gotta have you gotta have it, bro.
It's an isekai. You gotta have a harem.
Yeah, you gotta have
Oh
it, bro.
my god.
And I'm
It's
just
Bob
we're
Ross,
just-
man. Look
we're
at the
just-
pro.
dude. Bob Ross pulls bitches. Don't even tell me he don't. Don't even
Facts.
tell me he doesn't.
We know he does. We know he does.
I feel like Bob Ross is like. It's definitely not true, but my headcanon of Bob Ross is he just goes out and does like crazy fucking drugs and parties his ass off when he's not painting. But that's definitely not true. But that's what I want. 'Cause he's a legend. But I want a Bob Ross isekai. I think that could be really funny. That would just be so stupid to be funny.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well-
better than a vending machine. At least it's like a
Facts.
person.
What would be the plot though?
It's standard isekai bullshit, dude. He gets
Bob Ross
transported.
has to save the world, you know?
Yeah, dude. Bob Ross saves the world. Come on. Duh.
From what though? Like
An angry big
Kazimbo?
tree? An
Kazimbo?
angry big tree, dude.
Angry big tree. Okay, and ants basically. Okay.
I don't know. He makes happy little trees, so why not fight an angry big tree, right?
Their
Okay.
arch nemesis.
I'm just flipping words around here, boys. But I do have a question for you guys. So I was trying to come up with a stripper anime because I thought that'd be hilarious. And we're not going to get into the details, but the one I came up with was Sailor Poon. And it's about magical girls in their elder years when they're in their 20s, 30s. And nobody cares about them anymore because they're not cute, adorable little girls. So they become strippers. And it's called Sailor Poon.
Oh my god.
So my question for you guys is if you had to pick an anime related strip club name or show, what would it be?
So I'm gonna go Kame Kame Tatas, and pretty much it's just Master Roshi on the island, and instead of his little house, it's a gentleman's club, and all the ladies, everything comes off except for the turtle backpacks. Boom.
Let me
Okay.
tell you, if we could get Bulma there and Android 18 there, I'm chartering a boat. It's done. I'm in.
Okay. Okay.
And we'll just
That's-
make Launch the manager.
Don't get me started on Launch. You better have a surprise show when I'm there.
That's funny. That's actually a good name. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess mine would probably be, I like isekais a lot, so I'm gonna go out there on a limb and say reincarnated as a stripper pole. Now I wander the brothels.
Can you just imagine?
That's great.
Can you just imagine somebody who loves strip clubs enough, like a strip club otaku, and all you see is a stripper pole with two big ass cartoony eyes on it, and just the biggest smile you've ever seen as these big titty waifus just go up and down it.
Bro.
It's not the worst
my
life.
God.
It's not the worst life.
I'd rather be a stripper pole than a vending machine, boys. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. I mean, shout out vending machine because this shit goes hard. Not gonna lie, reincarnated as a stripper pole. Now I wander the brothels. Like that shit would I would watch it.
Damn,
So
dude.
I would watch it.
Reincarnated as a nipple tassel. We could have a bunch of bangers. We could have a bunch of isekai bangers right here.
Oh my God. The greatest writing team ever assembled.
We're working on it. Just wait for the Degen studio to come out with our first anime. It's gonna be wild. We've got this one in the works. The plot is very simple.
Opa.
Oro?
Oro? That's funny.
I thought I was going to get through the whole week without hearing that. Dang.
I said it like 2 days ago. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say Dan didn't say Oro.
Oro?
I don't remember it, but I guess he did.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. How Kenshin gets snapped back to reality, and I was like, he's just sitting there like Oro.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Well, awesome, guys. We appreciate y'all hanging out. If you have an idea for a great stripper anime name, let us know in the Discord, linktree.com/anime degens. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of the weekly rundown. And on Thursday, we'll be back with more degenerate bullshit. If you haven't yet, make sure to rate the podcast. And if you have any fun topics similar to reincarnated as a stripper pole, let us know in the Discord. We'd love to hear about it. We'd love to talk. We love to talk. Let's be honest here, guys. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Later.
Bye.